Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your purchase of your 293 QBCK Catalina travel trailer. You guys have picked a really cool unit here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is your slide. It's in at the moment. Once it's out, get a good eye for that. Realize how much room you're going to need for that to come in and out unimpeded. And then leave yourself some walking space over here on the side. Also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is all the way on your rear of your campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and all your water connections are over here toward your campsite. So park accordingly so that you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. On the front of the unit here, you do have a power tongue jack with a docking light. Simply raise or lower the level until it's level. Once it is level, we're going to stabilize our unit. On all four corners of the unit, you have these stabilizing jacks. Scissor jacks, put your 3/4 inch socket on there and run these down. Now while I'm running them down, I do want to mention stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and a hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight. It's a really good investment. Use your 10% off coupon and grab a 4-pack of them. Put them on the ground and run these down just until they're taut. Once you start to receive any type of resistance from this, go ahead and stop running it down. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You just want to run them all down until your unit's nice and stable. Once you got your unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Now, don't forget to mention, on your power tongue jack, should you lose power, there's a manual override right here, and this little hand crank will go on there and raise or lower it if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts. Make sure them haven't wiggled loose over time. Got your slide out now. Your power back here, big long 30 amp cord. Should you need at home to plug in, we do have a 30 to 110 adapter that comes in your convenience pack. Let's hook our water up. If your docking station is back here and you have this accessory grill, let's go ahead and remove this cotter pin. Grab your tire here and lay this down. Now you have access to your docking station. City Water Connect. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water in here. Hook that up, hook your hose up, but don't turn our water on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Right up here on your campsite is going to be your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out from last time you were camping. Return that back in there, get it nice and snug, then you can turn your hose on. After your hose has been on for a little while, you're going to pull on this pressure release valve. Once you have some water flowing in here, go inside and open up your hot water tap. Once water's coming out of there, it's not going to be hot yet, but once it's coming out of there, you know your hot water heater's full. Then you can turn it on from indoors. You do have an electric element switch down here. Only turn this on down here as well as indoors if you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, only turn it on indoors. Let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water, we're going to use potable water. Well, back here at the same docking station is a freshwater connection. Simply fill this with a hose, no water pressure regulator needed. Two ways to tell when it's full. There's an overflow valve right here, or on the inside, if you hold your button down on your fresh tank, you can tell when that's full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't use your water pump when you use city water, it's already pressurized. That about covers everything to get you camping. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Again, fresh water, city water. You have an outdoor shower where the handle can set up here. A spray port. This is your low point drain. That's where you drain your waters when leaving the campsite. Unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. It's a device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera. Your accessory rack, rear stabilizing jacks, again your power. This is where we'll drain your sewage waters and your gray tanks. Coming around your slide up here is your cable to satellite hookup for the park. Your big pass-through storage area. Your front stabilizing jacks. Just your battery disconnect. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide detector. Battery. Propane is on a regulator. Simply point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Power tongue jack. There's a cover for your propane tanks. Other stabilizing jack. There's all your hitch work. Coming back around past your stairs here. This is prep for a TV. You can hook up a cable in 110 here. Your hot water heater. Just a vent for your microwave. This is your furnace heat release if you're running your furnace steer clear. That does get rather warm. Your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. A leash link. Here's your freshwater drain. If you're using potable water, that's where you drain that out. Outdoor kitchen. That sets right up there. And this griddle, you have to push both these down. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. One moment. Push both these down at the same time and that'll pull out towards you. Your LP connect here. And your quick connect LP is right there. And there's your cord to connect that up. And there's your blue hose for your spray port. And just wash this. I'm going to close this up real quick so it doesn't get wet. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, so up inside your unit now, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Up here in the wall, control panel. Here's your new battery. Here's where you hold your fresh water tank to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks, dump accordingly if they get full. Over here your slide control. Here's your awning. You're out there washing right now. I'll run your awning out before we leave here. Your exterior and interior lighting. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. And here's where you turn on your water heater. A couple of USB ports and a 110 here at the doorway. Coming down in the corner down here is your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you could be gone for the day, use a battery disconnect, keep this from running your battery down. To the right, your Connex TV. So these are new. Everything is controlled by this remote here. You can't control from up there, but we'll go to our source here. Bluetooth is hooked up. FM radio, media, TV. Leave it on TV for a moment. There's your TV. AV component, 3 different HDMI hookups. We'll go down here to FM radio. And on here, you can control these. Indoors is red, outdoors Indoors is red, outdoors is green. Not picking anything up because we're indoors. But everything can be controlled from here. Your fireplace also has a remote. These aren't for looks anymore. Sure, I can go through and change the colors and get it to look all pretty, but the biggest thing is your heat. Crank that up on high. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, instead of using your gas, use their electricity at the campsite and crank this up. It's already getting some heat out here. It'll warm it up in here in no time. Your sofa, simply jackknifes. Lift up the front. You got some storage there. Lays right down for you. Or lift up the front. Grab back here and pull it towards you, and it'll come back down. Cup holders. Over here for your table, simply lift the table off. Your legs will come out there. Store your legs underneath here. Set your table on this lip that goes all the way around. Remove your back cushions. That'll give you another bed. Over here to your self-explanatory microwave. Do you have a light and a fan here? Your stove has a panel light. Glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn this to light. It'll change from blue to red. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Just turn it to light on here and light it down here. No pilot light anymore. Coming down below your stove is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. It's got a couple 40s, a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Coming back here into the hallway, here's your thermostat. I will start by turning on the AC. Get that crank on. Shut that off quickly. I'm going to turn the heat on. Turn the heat up. Heat kicked on. Now I shut that off. You'll notice that the heat furnace fan takes a little bit longer to shut off than the AC does. In your bathroom, just want to mention in here is your 110 with GFCI reset. Come back in your bunk room. Here's your lighting for in here. So individual lighting you get underneath there and touch. 110 and USB back here. Also prepped for a TV. Set a TV up here, cable in 110. Just remember to set your TV down when you're traveling. These here will lay down into a bed as well. So for travel, you want to make sure that this door is snap closed. It covers everything in the living room. You hear your furnace is still running. It just takes a little longer than normal. It's that way on all trailers, by the way. Your 110 and cable next to the bed. You have lighting here for up top, and this is one-touch lighting here. Also prepped for a TV back here. 110 and cable connection. That about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Now, besides having that door snap closed back there, you want to make sure that all your doors and drawers are closed in here, especially this one. You don't want that catching on your slide as it's coming in, rip your door off and mess your slide all up. So I like to start by shutting off the interior light here. Then I can look and see all the individual lighting that I need to go through and shut off on the unit. They're washing the outside of your unit if you're wondering what that noise is right now. Right now I've got all the lighting off except for when I turn on here. We can run our slide in. See the importance of having that closed? Making sure your TV, which is on a swivel, just grab both sides and pull it towards you in the middle. That'll swivel out. And just that quickly, your slide is closed. I want you to hear that noise. It's okay to hear that little grinding noise. It's actually nothing grinding. It's the slide mechanism keeping itself from coming in any further. Alright, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's go outside. Before I head out, I did want to show you your awning working. hit that extend right there. So your awning runs out. There's your nice beautiful blue LED awning light. So on your awning, you're only going to want to run this out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees right there. Once you can see your silver bar there, that's as far as you want to run that out. Bring it back in. Rolling up nicely. Shut off exterior lights, interior lights, and let's head out of the unit. So as you're leaving, make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this will catch on it. Simply lift this up in here, turn this handle to lock your door in, lock and deadbolt your door. Lift and turn this handle, and you're all set up for travel. I'm going to open this back up for the cleaners. We're going to come to a hot water heater. Before doing this, unhook your water and your cable. Once them are unhooked, come to your hot water heater. Open up your pressure release valve. That's going to drain your hot water heater. Remember to close that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then pull this drain plug. Remember, you are dealing with hot water. Be careful. We're going to come to our low point drains. If we're using potable water, pull that one. We're hooked up to city water. We're going to go ahead and open up both those and drain our water out. We'll bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, we're going to take this sewage hose, comes in your convenience pack, hook it up right here. First thing we're going to pull is our black tank. Now after you pull that black tank, and it sounds like it's no longer draining, you're going to come back over here to your campsite with the hose at the dump station and your water pressure regulator again. You're going to hook up right here to your black tank flush. Turn on that hose, and at least for 5 minutes let that hose run and wash out your black tank. That's going to get all that nastiness out of there. Unhook your hose, close your black tank, and pull your gray handle. It's going to be this one here. It can be your cleaner waters, your sinks, and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. You're going to take it, you're going to come right here to your bumper, open this up, and conveniently store your sewage hose in your bumper. I say conveniently, and then I have to put it in. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. I hope you enjoy this Catalina for many years to come. Happy camping.